Right on. Right on. Hey, hey. Thank you. Thank you. For sure. So thank you, and I'm excited, really excited for this podcast with y'all. Um, wow, where do we start? Went through intense bullying and being picked on, being ostracized in school, public school, and part of high school, to having health issues when I was younger, whether it was exhaustion and burnout, whether it was massive, horrible acne, things like that, and even during my mid to late teen years, trouble losing weight. I was clinically obese, couldn't lose weight. And Yeah, I wasn't happy with myself. Highly anxious as well, and had a stint in the corporate world for about 14 years at companies like IBM, Novell, and Lenovo, where I've supported people internally. I led people internally. I supported and led our business partners. A lot of them actually down near you, David, in California. None in Utah actually, but Novell had their head office in Provo. Actually, had their down near you. But just working in companies like this and supporting our business partners, making sure our business partners, typically small businesses, making sure they won was a lot of my responsibility, because when they won, I won. They made more money, I made more money. So that was for years and years doing that with small businesses and supporting organizations, helping them win. And then fast forward now, 11 years having my own businesses, and I've been a serial entrepreneur all my life too. Had when I was eight, like 8 years old, I had a snow removal and landscape business. I would be pushing the snowblower. I was a little kid pushing this massive snowblower. Yep, yep. And we get a little snow in certain parts. But yeah, so it's been interesting, and just facing the intense bullying, I became such an inauthentic person, and that's why I love talking about authenticity, authentic leadership, and how that contributes to success in personal lives and relationships and business. So this super exciting podcast here. That's me in a nutshell. Going from clinically obese, depressed, not being able to lose weight, fit, charismatic, hopefully anyway. um, Happy and just loving life and loving helping people, leaders, people who want to make a difference, make an impact, really is what I love to do. Leaders in businesses that want to make a difference. And I guess that's where I am. You're right. I'm in Canada and love to travel the world. So I'm not here all the time, but love to travel. So it's great to be here. Great to be here. Agreed. It's key. For sure, for sure. It's a great question. I mean, I've seen all kinds of air quotes leadership or bosses or managers over the years, and some good, some bad. Heather has too, I'm sure, as you know, Dave and Bill, you have as well. And it's interesting just seeing people the opposite of authentic, and they're just bosses or managers or people telling people what, directors, people literally directing people what to do or threatening, do your stuff or you get fired. It takes someone special for sure to be a leader, especially an authentic leader. In fact, it takes a lot of power and confidence and self work to be an authentic leader because you're vulnerable, and that takes power. It's not easy being vulnerable. It's not easy being open. I mean, I know after being bullied for many years, I was the opposite of authentic. I hid everything. I was most vanilla. I didn't couldn't know anything about me. Fake, shields up, armor up, masks up kind of person, like just massively. And so, and it's interesting seeing back in the corporate world and even the entrepreneur world, people who walk their talk, again, authenticity, and people who are real and authentic, and then people who either don't walk their talk, they do one thing and they say another. They care only about themselves. They don't listen. They're not present to people, to employees, to team members, to clients. It's about money. It's about them. It's about getting things done and getting the heck out of there. So I think, to answer your question precisely, authentic leadership is really making it about others and you winning because of that. It's that win. You win. I love it, love it, love it. Win cubed, right? It's yeah, and I fully believe in it. Like people, planet win, customers win, team members, employees win, and of course leadership wins too. It's not a zero sum situation where one person wins and one person loses. It's just such an opportunity for everyone to win, and the more everyone wins, well, the more everyone wins because the more your customers are happy, they come back to you. Your company makes money, or your team makes money, or your team performs. You look like a great leader. You get promoted. You make more money, or if you're a business owner, again, you make more really money, and you are more successful by being authentic, real, open, vulnerable, and in this watered down reality TV, social media world, people are spreading a lot of good, of course, on social media. But I feel also, Pete, there's a lot of BS, a lot of fakeness. It's like, is that really your car, or did you rent it? Or wait, no, that's Photoshop. You photoshopped a Ferrari in there, or is that your house, or whatever, right? Is your life really this perfect? No one's life is that perfect. So it's certainly I love because anyone can be a boss or tell someone what to do. Anyone can be a business owner, but really the being authentic to me means being real, being vulnerable, actually caring, actually giving a shite, and really wanting people to succeed and win and be better and do better. That I think is I feel and walking your talk, saying what you do what you say, um, and you get that instant respect, authority, credibility. Versus, I mean, in the corporate world, we'd see leaders say one thing and do another, or promise us one thing and then do something else. Nothing, nothing killed our trust, our their credibility faster, out the window, out the window. So, mm, exactly, vulnerable. Yeah, yeah. Fair. Yeah. And I think, and to your point, Heather, people can sense that. I didn't mean to cut you off, but people can sense that. People know. Yep. 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 Hmm. Open the kimono. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. You're walking your talk. You are that person versus because you all have seen it. Someone in public they're one way, in private they're a jerk or whatever. Right. Personal life they're a jerk, and on the stage. Yeah. Fair. It's true too. That's true too. Yeah. So I mean, from working with people, from myself, I think really imposter syndrome. I mean, a pseudonym can be self doubt. It's just doubt in oneself. But it's really, I mean, imposter syndrome. I guess by definition, it's that you're going to be found out as an imposter. You're not that good. You're not that smart. You're not that whatever. And from what I've found, just doing the work on myself and others, what it comes down to, the core, the prime concern of someone, or the core, the root of the problem is really is it someone doesn't feel like they're good enough, not feeling good enough, not feeling worth it, not feeling worthy, worthless, whatever permutation of that it is, and that they're going to be found out, and that people finding, oh, they're not worth it, they're not good enough. Right, and that's, I think, as humankind, that's our deepest worry, fear that we'll be ostracized, and that means, we're kicked out of the tribe or clan, and that means we're, getting eaten by a tiger or something. um, so I think that's the imposter syndrome, is that they're going to find out that I'm not, not that good, not that smart, not that, insert everyone's individual word there. They're going to find out I'm not that good looking, or whatever, if you don't wear makeup, or whatever it is, whatever is relevant, and it's rampant as well. Or that they'll find out I don't really know what I'm doing. None of us know what we're doing. We're all making this stuff up, right? We're there for our first time, most of our first times around, maybe not, but our first time doing this. But that would be my thoughts on that. It's just the fact that someone's going to find it, that we're not that something, or not blank enough, not good enough, not smart enough, would be my thoughts. Hmm. Yep. True. Yep. Right on. Agreed. Agreed. Yes. Yes. True. It's true. Yeah. Agreed. Agreed. It's true. Woohoo. True. True. It's true. Always. Always. Yeah. 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 It's true. Yeah. Fair. Yeah. But it's just and the and to your point, and even comparing ourselves to others. I mean, talk about a dream killing bad habit. Yeah, exact. Very bad habit. I mean, I tell people, let them, like, if I compare myself to, I don't know, Tony Robbins, I'd probably feel pretty crappy, right? Wow, I'm not a whatever 500 millionaire or billionaire or whatever. But it's like, I tell people, let people show you that it's possible. It's possible to make $500 million as a coach or whatever you call yourself, or it's possible to whatever, come into the North America as an immigrant and be a billionaire or something like that. Whatever it is, let them show you it's possible, but avoid comparing themselves to about comparing yourself to other people. And just a point as well to tie off what you said, Heather, the sometimes our biggest saboteurs and naysayers and people that don't want us to succeed are the people that are closest to us, friends, family, Because well, if I'm here and then Heather or David or Bill or whoever is up here, well, I'm gonna feel like crap, or I'm gonna feel not good enough or whatever. So we pull them back. People, I should say, we some people pull you back down so they can feel better about themselves. Oftentimes it's subconsciously. Sometimes it is done consciously with malicious intent. But it's unfortunate that often some of the people, you got it. It's something to be very very aware. Yeah. It makes them feel safe. Whether it's selfish that, oh, I want this friend, I want this or selfish again because, well, if you grow, I'm going to feel bad. Exactly, exactly. And whether it's done consciously or subconsciously, intentionally or unintentionally, we got to be very careful and have boundaries and cut people out sometimes. Yeah, fair. Yeah, true, true. It's a great point and a great question, and I think something that everyone struggles with. It's how do I be myself, or some people don't want to be themselves, but again, that's the only way to be. But to your point, though, I want people to like me, and want people to do this, or think I'm funny, or attractive, or good looking, or a leader, or whatever. And yeah, we're that chameleon. And like me, I was one way to one person. I agree with this person, but then I disagree with that to another person. And my invitation to people is to be behaviorally flexible. So be yourself, be you, and be flexible. So if someone, yeah, and it's about, again, flexibility versus being rigid. And, oh, I'm authentic, I'm going to be rigid as heck, and I'm doing this, only doing this. And that doesn't work either, because there's different people, different personalities. Some environments where you can cuss a bit or be a little more raw. Some environments where it's a little more professional. Again, while being yourself, and it can be a delicate balance, or a challenging dance sometime. But I think if your intent is to help people and you're not being an ass, and the intention is to help people make a difference, I think people forgive a lot if they see you're genuinely wanting to help and genuinely interested in making a difference and passionate and caring. I think they can forgive a lot. And worst comes to worst, you can always apologize or make it right. But that's my invitation. Be flexible in terms of, if someone's quieter or louder, or cusses less or cusses more, or they're less jokes or more jokes. But I mean, inevitably be yourself, because if that person or that company doesn't like you, like, I like to have fun. And if a company wants to hire me to speak, and they don't want to have fun, I want to be a very serious talk, I'm definitely, I'll do a kick ass talk for you and have an amazing talk, amazing content, great learnings, great takeaways. But it's also be fun, and it's also gonna be funny, and I'm gonna have fun doing it. Otherwise, I'm not doing it, no matter how much you pay me. Exactly, exactly, and that's me being authentic. Exactly. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Right on. Or to communicate. Right on. I mean, communication is one of, I think, the for authentic leadership, communication both ways. So listening, and being present, which most people these days have a problem with, usually because of this thing, or just in general our own feel and worry and being self-absorbed. But to your point, David, being giving people permission to say, "Hey, this is what I need." I think that's very, and people giving permission to people to be authentic and realize that we are different. And again, that communication to be an authentic leader. Going back to your first point, I think communication is one of the keys of being an authentic leader. Is being a great communicator, and to your point, saying, "Hey, it's okay if this is too much, or it's okay if this is not okay, or it's okay if you need more of this or less of that," type thing. So it's an amazing point you touched on, David. Yeah, that's it. Be authentic. Hmm. Agreed. Fair. Right on. And I would even I would even drill down. I love that point. I would drill down even further to think that the jerk or the bitch or whatever, whoever is probably not their authentic self. Actually, that's the person they think they need to be loved or appreciated or to get shit done or feel powerful versus powerless or to be revered. So it's an interesting way to look at it. Maybe that's the maybe not, and for some reason they can't. They maybe can't be, or if they think if I am, what then this means that, or what will happen if I am my authentic self. So they're that way instead, unfortunately. Mhm. Yep. Cool. I was gonna say next back. Yeah. Can you play piano? How's your piano playing? Sure. To be continued. To be continued. Part three. Part 43. It's interesting. I've always had at least a couple mentors at a time. Right? I've always had at least a couple mentors, and I think mentorship, coaches, mentors, I think are the good ones, authentic ones, but also good ones are absolutely priceless. And that's why I've been in masterminds for years, multiple at the same time, had multiple mentors at the same time, mentored me on different things, right? But I think it's priceless. And if we want to shortcut the time it takes to get somewhere, reduce the heartache, reduce the money we spend, it's interesting. Some people say, "Oh, I don't want to spend money on a mentor or a coach or whatever." I'm like, "Well, then you're going to spend money or time or energy trying to figure it out on yourself and failing way more than hiring the right mentor. More heartache, more heartbreak, more money spent, maybe even a lot more failures as well." So I love mentorship and having some sort of support system, whether it's paid, whether it's free. I mean, a lot of people don't value things that are free, or maybe have a free one and a paid one. Like, commit to your goals, commit to your future, people, and it's an investment. Yeah. No, go. It sounds like an important point. Please. Yeah. Yeah. Agreed. Mhm. Yeah. Make a difference. Exactly. Exactly. It's true. Yeah. It is true. Yeah. 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 Sure. It's a journey. Yeah. Exactly. It's a journey. Fair. Fair. It's the yeah. It's what way you're going and what where you heading and where do you want to go and are you willing to invest or pay the price because otherwise you pay the ultimate price. One of my mentors says, you're going to pay for it now or later, whether it's with health or food or exercise or mentoring or whatever. You could you eat crappy food and say, oh, I don't want to pay for expensive food now. Well, you could pay now or you can pay the price later with crappy health or the job you don't want, the relationship, the family, the business you don't want. And another thing that I love that I thought it'd be relevant I'd leave people with today too is that poor people ask how much is this going to cost me. Rich people or the to be rich people, be becoming rich people say, how much is this going to make me? How much is this investment going to make me versus how much it's going to cost and I can't afford it. Well, if it's going to lead you to your dreams, I'd invite you to be resourceful, find a way to afford it because we can't. Agreed. Mm. Well, good question. I think it's just to be okay with not getting things perfect, be okay with not being perfect because that's where the imposter syndrome comes from. Yes, be real, avoid being fake, but also in terms of maybe if it's your confidence in something, feel free to fake it till you make it and just do it. But also be real in terms of what you do and what you're capable of and able to do. Yes, always be learning and growing and just think, well, it's not that I can't, I just don't know how to yet. I haven't figured out how to yet. I think that can help with that bridge and that balance of imposter syndrome versus true fakeness or BSness. Right? It's like and knowing that we only need to be a step or two ahead of the people we lead, teach, coach, mentor, whatever. We only need to be one or two versus people thinking that. And I've dealt with coaches and entrepreneurs and people for years. People thinking they have to be perfect or have it all or know it all in order to do help someone else. No, no steps ahead. So keep learning, growing, and as you learn and grow, you'll lift them up, and they'll learn and grow more and more and more as well. That's right. I love that. That's right. I love that. I love that. Exactly. Yeah. And learning. Correct. Yeah, exactly. It probably it's that going back to that Dunning Kruger effect. You know just enough to be dangerous. Yeah, yeah. And what do you want to hear about next time? I love to. Love to. Thank you. Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thanks, everyone. Yeah. Oh, cool. I like it. Like